So I'm going to ask you guys a few things, and I want to know if you agree, if you disagree, or more importantly, I want to know what you think. Are you ready? Houses are about 35% overvalued. Now, at the very same time, 35% of all money right now that's in circulation has been added since COVID. Remember all those handouts? Now, is this a coincidence or the cause?
Here's a graph of money in circulation. You can note, and surprisingly, that since at least 1965 to the mid-1980s, we really didn't add any money into circulation. That means inflation would have been fairly flat, certainly not the massive fluxes caused by the Federal Reserve that we're feeling right now. So here's the question.
Have the policies of the Federal Reserve helped or hurt the economy? Have the policies of the Federal Reserve helped or hurt housing? Is the amount of money in circulation and our opinion of home values valid, or is it just some odd coincidence? What do you think?
Moving on, homes are now 7 times higher than the median income. This is the first time this has ever happened. Homes are too expensive, regardless of what the Fed is doing.
Now, here's another Federal Reserve graph from St. Louis. This one's the median sales price of a house sold versus the median income annually. You will note over to the far right that home values are now higher than they have ever been, 7 times your income. This is according to the St. Louis, Missouri Fed, the same Missouri, by the way, that is suing every realtor in the country right now, but I digress. Now, listen. After perusing this graph that we're looking at right now for a few, just slight moments, one can't help but notice, 6 peaks, 5 or 6 peaks since about 1960. So sure, this peak is bigger than all the other ones, but not much bigger than some of them. Now, I've also noticed that after all of these big peaks, we saw the correction,
where prices came back down every time for the past 60 plus years. So yes, homes are expensive, but we've pretty much seen this before. 2, we have a correction on the way. And finally, 3, the higher the peak, the deeper the valley. Meaning the correction we have in front of us is going to be a whopper of a correction. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know why we're right or wrong.
Yeah, let us know. Don't just call us stupid. That wouldn't be nice. Okay, here's our last statement. Agree, disagree, and why. NAR, the National Association of Realtors, DEF, and the largest real estate brokerages in the country will not be holding the mantle of the biggest companies in the country in the next couple of years. What do you think about that? Is NAR gonna die? Are the big boys gonna fall? Or is it business as usual?
According to the Wall Street Journal, realtors and presumably their brokers and NAR are about to face a reckoning. According to the Wall Street Journal, as powerful lobbyists go, few have more clout than the realtors. But the cartel faces a major legal challenge on Monday when a federal jury trial begins in a class action against its rules that raise the cost of buying and selling homes. The National Association of Realtors requires its 1.5 million or so members to comply with numerous rules that inflate their pay. Missouri home sellers are arguing in the lawsuit that a rule requiring them to make a blanket offer of compensation to any potential buyer's broker violates the Sherman Antitrust Act.
I love when they pull these old acts, these old laws out and just kind of dust them off and get the cobwebs out of the way. I call this whole thing crap. It's BS. First, the Sherman Act of 1890, that's right, 1890. Did women have the vote back then even? No, they didn't, did they? Anyways, the Sherman Act of 1890, which only affected men, is a law in the United States Congress passed to prohibit trusts, monopolies, and cartels. Its purpose was to promote economic fairness and competitiveness and to regulate interstate commerce. So, all right, I get it. Here's a question. Can you sell your house by yourself today? Can you do it? Can you sell your house on Zillow today if you want to? Can you do that? Could you use a discount broker? Could you use an open door? Do discount brokers even exist on the MLS anymore? Is a real estate agent's commission, is it fixed from a buyer side or a seller side? Does it ever fluctuate year in, year out, month in and month out? The answer is yes. Get this. FSBOs account for a full 10% of real estate transactions. 10%. This lawsuit has no meat on the bone whatsoever. It's a smear job intended to create a vacuum against trained real estate professionals where more expensive fintech alternatives will be more than happy to fill that void with. True story. But here's the problem. This absolutely ridiculous trial just began yesterday. No biggie. No biggie. There's nothing to see over here. Oh, just, the future of real estate hangs in the balance. What do you guys think? Let us know your opinions down below. Talk to you soon. You know, I can't believe more loan officers aren't looking at this. Record debt, record equity, record interest rates. Put all these ingredients together, it bakes one hell of a cake. It's called second mortgages and cash out refinances. Listen, you don't want to do second mortgages, I get that. But start the conversation. Don't make it about you, make it about your clients. Having that conversation will open more doors than you think. So talk to my friends over at Oaktree. They have a ton of seconds and cash out options for you that go up to 90% loan to value with rates that are very, very competitive right now. Listen, the boiling point is already hit for some people. They can't afford their debt at these rates. Talk with your clients or you know, your competition will.